We came off the last 2 weeks, which we thought were going to be difficult challenges with the way the schedule's set up and a road game in a short week, and we had some solid preparation and played pretty well, a lot better in the last game as far as just taking care of the football and playing a little bit more complementary, offense, defense. We let it kick out. We've done that every game, so we got issues. And if you think we're good, we're not good. We just we're getting better. We got a lot of things to correct, a lot of things to continue to enhance, improve. We had meetings and some light work Friday after our game Thursday night. Had some light introductory work to get them moving and get a good lift in and introduce our opponent on Sunday. Yesterday's a class day, and now we're into normal game week as we play and travel to FAU on Saturday. That's going to be a really good team, just like us. New coaching staff, very good coaching staff. Tremendous veteran head coach with a lot of guys I know on his staff that have coached a number of places. Several guys have been head coaches, so well-coached athletic program where they recruit, just like us, in a fertile area, so got good athletes. Played at a very difficult schedule like we have, where they played on the road at Illinois, on the road at Clemson, and came up short really in a great game. Illinois had great chances to win, didn't get it done. But I see a really good team. I think it's going to be very athletic. I think it'll be the toughest challenge on the road that we've had, the best team we've played, other than our two top opponents that are playing about as good as most in the country. So a big challenge Saturday, a big road test, and like I say, we're just starting the prep. We got to have a good week of work, and we're at the midpoint of the season, and we need to see continued improvement and keeping our guys moving in the right direction.
Questions?
During the you get 2 extra days of rest with that short week coming off of it. So how much was rest and recovery with a couple guys injured, getting them healthy and getting ready for this week?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the advantages. The disadvantages, the last week was very fast. The advantages, there's a little bit more time afterwards. Again, we had a recovery day, lifting and some young guy football we did last Friday, some JV work to get the young players engaged and going, and that was Friday. Saturday, the training room was open. It was an off day for the players. As coaches, we did some prep so that our Sunday practice wasn't wasted, and that the things we did. I thought Sunday was a fundamental day for us. I thought it was an opportunity to introduce our opponent, but also go back to make sure that we're playing with good ball security, hands inside, kicking game fundamentals. And so we didn't have a physically overwhelmingly hard practice Sunday. I think our team has developed to some degree some toughness and blocking and tackling. We want to keep getting better. I didn't think we need to go out Sunday and just pound our players. We'll have a good hard Tuesday practice this afternoon. So again, we've been able, I think, to get ahead. We've been able to enhance some fundamentals. We've had plenty of time for treatment, and then we'll just see where guys are as we go through the week. Like a lot of guys, fortunately, we don't have a lot of major injuries, but we've got some guys that have been nicked up. What is nice, we're playing a lot of guys, a lot of positions. We don't have great depth, but we have good depth, and guys are stepping up and playing for each other. And it's good to see Dane Hodge play well, or Vontrell Malone's going to come in today, and he really picked it up in Owen's absence. So it's nice. Cardell's had a good game in Braylon's absence and played well. And you need guys like that to keep stepping up, and that was good to see. We'll need it this week, and hopefully we'll get some guys back. But we need them to get back to practice, too, now. It's not just getting back to play. It's getting back and getting those good practice reps so they're ready to play and they can play good football.
I know it's only Tuesday, so you probably don't know, but assuming Braylon's 100%, has Cardell earned the spot with the way he's played, or is this still Braylon's job? Like, where do you see him?
Cardell's had, a good game. The game before wasn't. So you're just looking for consistency and improvement from him. And he definitely has talent. But, again, his surrounding parts played well, and the running game helped him, and the receivers' protection was okay. And so he is growing, which is great. And then in Braylon's, deal, again, 2 weeks ago we got him back doing a lot of throwing. Last week a little bit more running. I thought as we got into which was such a short week, but he still looked to me like he was favoring. He really couldn't push off. I didn't think he could be as effective as he needed to be, and I didn't think he could protect himself. So I thought Cardell gave us the best chance to win. So really we'll go through how they practice and which guy you think gives you the best chance to win versus what someone has accomplished in the past. To me, it's about the week, the practice week. Again, we thought going into Oklahoma, based on Cardell's hand situation, that Roman gave us the best chances we started that game, just based on what we saw in practice. So, same thing with running backs. We got several guys playing well. Who do you start? Who goes first? Who plays? Kind of the guy that has the best week of practice. And Your past performances should give you some confidence. Your past performances should let you know what you should work on. But really, to me, we look at the week of the work, and it'll be exciting to get Braylon back. And is he going this week? We don't have a plan. We don't have a timeline. I'm not discouraged he's not back. I'm encouraged. I've seen him getting some work. I was worried about you go 2 or 3 or 4 weeks and really do nothing. When you come back, you're probably not as good as you want to be. And you think you're coming back, hey, I was starting, I'm playing good. Well, you worry about lost time. We have made up some time, and I don't think we've had any regression in practice with his injury. So that gives you encouragement and hope. And not dodging your question, but we'll see. I mean, I've seen them both look good, and sometimes I've seen them both look like young guys. And we'll see as we get back. Originally, we thought about getting them both on the field together. Right now, with Braylon being out, that really hasn't happened yet. So we'll see in time as it evolves, and we'll need them all.
Quick logistics question. Is it difficult? You flew to Washington and played a couple hours difference. You're going to Florida. That's an hour. Is there challenges in that, those longer road trips as opposed to playing in Dallas or something like that?
Yeah, you got the time differential. We're playing at night in a later game, so it's not like sometimes when you lose an hour and you're playing early. The other day when I saw Colorado was playing at 10, I go to SC, I said, it's 9 a.m. for those kids. That means they're up at 5:30 eating breakfast. I mean, I know we got TV, but wow, that's hard, to me. And so the Washington game we played at 4. I didn't think we had plenty of time to get out there. Didn't feel jet lagged. I think the same thing with this one. We're playing at 5 our time, 6 their time. Next week coming back. Sometimes you worry about coming back from the trip and the travel time back, and then how tired are you and how functional are you for Sunday and Monday as coaches in preparation and as players and all that. And so next week being an open date, that doesn't glitch up as much. So I actually like the way our schedule's played back. I'm disappointed that I don't get the frequent flyer miles for this trip because we would love to get those for everybody. But other than that, we're excited to go down and play them. In a great part of the country, that's great football. They're passionate. They have great fans. I know they're student body. They take a lot of pride at that school. It's obvious last year, not just with the basketball. I played against this program like I played against Akron when I was at Ohio State. They've always had great athletes and have seen them from afar. And I know, of course, Coach Herman and the coach's background. So I'm looking forward just to getting that part of the country and playing. Not that we're going to pull recruits from there. There's a lot of great players down there, but it's part of our conference. Excited about it and excited to go play it. And the travel is what it is. I don't think it'll have any effect on the game.
You guys, a lot of coaches think of the conference schedule as being like a second season. You guys started off, really well in your last week. From the outside, probably your best game. From the outside looking in, it seemed like your best performance this season. How much momentum does it build to have that first conference game to be maybe your best game?
To me, it's good for confidence, and it's really good for just team around chemistry. You walk into our meeting rooms, and we had a little team reflection the other day, and one of the older guys, one of our linemen wanted to play a little song, and the whole team started singing, and we actually had a couple of recruits in there, and moms were kind of laughing like it's pretty cool. It's good vibe, good chemistry. So when you win, there's good chemistry, but also when you win, you can hide some scars that are there. We still got some things that we got to get better at. And we try to point that out to our guys. Like, understand, you need to be positive, and you need to lift each other up, and you need to believe in each other. But we also need to be wise enough to see these are things that, if we continue to do, can haunt us and not give us a chance for victory. So here's some things that we need to correct. And as coaches, you're always trying to push that. Then the players sometimes feel like, hey, we can do better. We're always chasing to do better. So there's a little bit of confidence you're building from. It's great to have the momentum. It's great, I think, for team chemistry and team morale. But then also, I hit them pretty direct on some things and show them, please, this needs to be fixed. Let's work on correcting these things so we can play better football as we get into stronger and stronger competition within the league.
And Cardell started the season as the backup now. This last game, Conference Player of the Week. How have you seen him kind of mature and improve through almost the halfway point of the season?
Yeah, it's. I mean, again, he's young. He still lacks, some of the maturity traits. Just learning now. You've dealt with some failure. Can you handle some success? Really, you're looking for consistency. Talked to him last week very directly about how to take it a little bit more serious in preparation time, and making sure that you're eating right and you're sleeping right, and that you're coming in and you're prepared to have a good practice day, and that you're working. Like I always use the example because I played offensive line. You're not playing right guard. You're playing quarterback, and the ball's in your hand, and you have the most influence and and about as hard a job as there is in any sport. And when you're young, sometimes you're relying on your talent. What I'm excited about is he's very, very talented, and he's learning how to play, but he's got a long way to go. So to me, there's a high ceiling of how good a player he can be. So because some of the things he's doing, I think, are sometimes still instinctive and natural. He is very smart. Like I told him yesterday, you're not a 3-year starter at Spring Westfield High School in Houston at quarterback, unless you're a really good player. That team has historically had, there's a lot of teams like that in the country, but that team has had really good players every year. And when you're a 3-year starter, take them into playoffs, you're a talented player. Okay, now you're going to college. Okay, that's a jump. Let's learn how to now prepare and lead a college team. And he's learning that, and we're still a long way away. But it's great to see him come. He's a joy to be around, but he's also learning how to become a man and work like a big-time college quarterback. And we're going to keep pushing him to be that kind of player. And same with Braxton, same with Roman, same with Kirk Francis, same with Steve. You know, the guy we got a good room there. We're going to keep pushing that room. We're going to keep pushing our team to see how good we can be.
To piggyback off of Nathan, you know, just getting to have the recognition of Kendarian last week and then Cardell this week, does that really put TU in that conference map of everyone's kind of getting their eyes on you and seeing that also defensively and offensively you have some players that are really showing out?
And it's good for an individual performance, but typically those performances are only recognized when the team plays well. You know, if you have a great outing but you don't win the football game, you typically don't get a lot of recognition, whether it be, you know, for yourself personally. So what we talk about the guys is the better the team does, the better you're going to do. Everything we're doing is for the good of the team. And as the team plays well, then guys are going to get recognized. So again, I think, you know, not that, you know, every player comes in, hey, I want to thank the offensive line, I want to thank this, whatever, but you know, K-Ray played every play. Cardell stepped up and played all the plays to the end last week. That was great to see. But again, they got great supporting help. The D-line created a lot of havoc and did a great job stopping the run up there against Northern Illinois a couple weeks ago. And same thing the other day, our running game got going. The line did a good job. The receivers were playing well. Cardell played great, but his cast did. So it was nice we got the win. I think the league saw that as a good win. And on top of that, here's a young kid that had a heck of a performance. But I would say, again, I hit him right afterwards. I hit him even after the first game. Hey, you had a good game, but it's a flash in the pan. If we're really going to be good, we're going to do it again. And then we had an injury, and we've had some lulls. Now we spike back. So you're seeing this. What you want to see is that consistency. And we're going to be awesome, and everyone's human. But we'd like to see some more consistent work from him as he goes. So, again, great for our guys, great for our program. Appreciate the league recognizing our guys, but I think it's a team deal too.
So it's week 2 of conference play for you guys, but last week, you know, FAU had their off week. So this is their conference opener, and it's at home. You're the visiting team, so what does that kind of mean? You know, there's going to be a certain type of atmosphere for their first conference opener.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I just go back to the success they had last year. They got a large school, good population down there. I know the student body's right behind the home of the visiting team, and they're pretty rowdy, and so we're going to have to keep our guys focused. And we've played in loud arenas. I don't know from a crowd noise effect if it's going to be anything that we hadn't dealt with, having, you know, been at Washington and with OU in here. But I think their players are going to be excited and ready to play. Again, I know Coach Herman. I know several of his coaches well. I know they're great coaches, take a lot of pride in what's going on. What I sense from afar watching their basketball team last year, and what I know having seen this program for years, and I've always looked at this program, I think it's a school that's building, takes a lot of pride in its sports program. So they're going to have a great crowd, a great atmosphere. I know they're excited to be in this league. I know they expect to do well in this league. And just like as we're building our team, we expect to do well too. So I think it's going to be a heck of a matchup with two really good teams on Saturday night.
To kind of go off that a little bit, Herman has Power 5 experience, and with the season they've had 3 games, losing 3 games in a row, going into a bye. Just how fired up is this team going to be for this game to get back on the field and try to get that win?
You know, ask him, but I would be shocked if they're not as fired up and playing as well as they have all year. They came out the last game and played lights out and had every opportunity to win the game and did not. And in some ways, you're sitting there not putting your team down, but showing, look at where you are against what was a team that a lot of people thought could compete for the Big Ten West. And they're in a 6-point game at the end of the game and can't get the ball back. So and that's coming after playing Clemson. So you're playing those two teams back to back to back. Those are physical games. Their schedule sets up where it gives them a chance to get some guys back and get rested. But then they can go back like we did the other day, working on fundamentals, So you get a little fundamental work. You get a chance to put together a good game plan. They've got a receiver leading the nation in receptions. So they're talented on offense with dynamic playmakers. Defensively, their structure and what they do and the way they line up. And, I mean, they make it hard to run the ball. They are very sound in their coverage. So it's going to be – we're playing a really good team. You can look at that record all you want to, but you put the tape on, you watch them play. They got good players. It's a good team. It's going to be as good a team as we played, probably the best team we played to date, other than our two major non-conference opponents. This is a talented team. It's a team getting better. It's a great coaching staff. It's going to be a tough contest for us Saturday night.
Yeah, you touched briefly on the running game. Talk about how the running game overall is doing. I know Watkins is emerging, but you're playing 4 guys. They all seem to have their own unique traits. And talk about how the offensive line is blocking for the running.
Well, and as usual, you missed it, but the tight ends are the position playing the best. So see, everybody talks about, if you run the ball, it's the line. If you can throw the ball, it's the quarterback. Takes 11. Those 2 tight ends are playing really, really well. Luke McGarry's a freshman, is outstanding. The line is a veteran crowd, starting to really come on. It's a good point you're making there about that line. I mean, it's a good group. Ryan Stanchek, our line coach, is a tremendous young coach. Greg Fry, our tight end coach, is a line coach. So we're getting those guys to come off the ball. Adrian Mays has got a great background, having played at line, but with his time with Seth Luttrell and other places he's been, he's a good young coach with our running backs. I think I just saw Adrian, I think about playing the backside. We're not trying to make everybody happy, but because everybody's playing, there's some degree of happiness. They know they've got a chance to get the ball. And we don't necessarily, the guy's going to go out there first is the guy we think that's had the best week. Sometimes there's maybe a little hiccup, a nick, an injury that someone might have a bruised, banged up shoulder or a tight ham or a groin. So maybe sometimes the guy couldn't practice as much, so maybe initially doesn't get as much volume. Taj Gary's coming off an ankle from a few weeks ago. Jordan Ford's had a slight thigh bruise. That's why he didn't play as much the last couple of weeks. They're all kind of healthy now. I think because they all play, it's keeping them healthy. I think it's competition is a beautiful thing. I think it forces them to take care of the ball because when you don't, you're coming out and you're going to be out for a while. So I appreciate what Coach Mays is doing. I appreciate what the kids are doing. And I don't know if we got a great group there, but we got a really good group, and they're playing good ball. The O-line and tight ends are doing a really nice job. And the receivers, we had some nice blocks from our wideouts the other day that popped some of those runs for us. So when you run the ball, it takes 11. When you throw it, it takes 11. It really takes a lot of 11. It's hard to run the ball in college football. So when you're running the ball well, it takes all 11. It takes the quarterback with nice decisions and nice body language and disconnect when he doesn't have the ball. I even pointed out to Carter the other day after a couple plays, like, hey, when you're handoff, you're running like you got it, but you're watching the running back. Keep your eyes off of him. So to have better body language to pull. So we're coaching them all to run it well, and the team's running the ball pretty good right now, and that's a good thing for us. It's hard to do. We're going to have to fight like heck to find a way to do it this week.
And also you got Cardell running. Had a couple of big running plays as well, which he really hadn't shown that so far this year, and he got him running. Talk a little bit about that. Yeah,
with he and Braxton, that's two of their traits. They are reasonably athletic, fast, and he made a couple big plays the other night. I still think you need to be smart when your quarterback runs. He is your quarterback, and he can throw it well. And the same with Braylon when he gets back. I got him hurt on a design running play, the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th play of the year. And going back, golly, I wanted to do that because he's a good runner. Now, if I wouldn't call that play, he wouldn't have got hurt. And the things you think about, why'd you call that play? Good Lord's got reasons why things happen, but, so it's nice they both can run. It equates the defense a little bit where they got to count for everyone. We'll do some RPO and some pass. We'll do some play action pass as well. But the running game's a big part of being a good team, and we're doing a good job of it. We're doing a good job of stopping the run, and we got to keep doing that. Those are signs of good football if you can do those things. And as we build the team, it's nice. We're veteran with the O-line, veteran at tight end except for Luke. We're veteran in the D-line, linebacker. It's nice those guys are playing good, clean run offense and run defense. It's been really good to see for our team.
Ben Kapinski is one of the highest-rated edge rushers in the league and around the country, actually, right now, according to Pro Football Focus. Are you starting to see teams actually pay enough attention to him that he can free up other guys? How are you seeing him affect your guys?
He plays hard. He does well. I don't know. I think sometimes, sometimes you can have a tight end and have presence, or running back if his linebacker doesn't come to hang around a guy. But you also have to be sound. you can't always concentrate on one person. I don't think he's played well enough that you totally concentrate. You know, you got to block blitzes, and what if this corner or safety or linebacker comes? So, you know, he plays hard, plays with phenomenal effort. You know, Coach Bolden's a great young coach and does a great job coaching. Kind of played a similar position in his college background as a linebacker that blitzed a lot, hybrid guy. So he's playing well. But I will say we got to do a better job of affecting the quarterback. We've only had 1 sack in the last 4 games. So I appreciate what Ben's doing. I personally like to see more of it, not just from him, but from our defense. I think taking care of the football has been something we haven't done well, and affecting the quarterback. We haven't done that well, and we're allowing those guys to sit. So I love what Ben's doing. I'd like to see it more. I'd like to see some of his compadres come to the party and help out too.
Yeah. So I was trying to save this for last since it's not the focus, but you got any OU Texas memories off the top of your head?
No, I mean, it's heck of a, I remember the week of practice. You know, not everyone has a great rival, so when you do, you're just forced to have a good rival. The bus ride in is the coolest thing ever. Because you come in the way, well, first of all, you're driving, it's all jammed up. You're always playing early, that 11 o'clock kick for the most part, but you drive and you go past the stockade and around, and you pop in, there's about 30 to 40,000 people waiting on you. And they got the horses, the Texas Rangers, and they split the crowd and both buses come through. And you kind of, when I say both buses, both teams come through, and you got everybody beating on your bus, and they're giving you a number 1 sign of one choice. And you don't know which one you're getting based on the color. You're getting a number 1 of one finger, another number 1 of another finger. But you come into this mass of people, and it's like, wow, it's pretty cool. It's kind of neat the way the stadium is split, and it's a heck of a game, heck of an atmosphere. Wish those guys well. It'd be a lot of fun for those teams. We have fun Saturday night too. Thanks.